The terrifying case of the smiling man. In 2012, a man named Nate posted a story on the internet forum Reddit about a strange encounter he had with a mysterious figure he called the Smiling Man. According to Nate, the incident occurred late at night in Seattle, Washington, as he was walking home from a friend's house. As he was walking, Nate noticed a strange figure in the distance walking towards him. As the figure got closer, Nate could see that the man had an unnaturally wide smile on his face, which seemed to stretch from ear to ear. The man's eyes were also fixed on Nate and didn't seem to blink. Nate tried to avoid the man by crossing the street, but the man followed him. Nate picked up his pace, but the man matched his speed. Nate began to feel panicked and tried to call a friend for help, but his phone battery was dead. At this point, Nate realized that the man was intentionally following him, and he started to run. The man began to pursue Nate, but Nate managed to outrun him and made it home safely. He quickly locked the door behind him and looked out the window, where he saw the man standing on the street corner, still smiling. Nate called the police to report the incident, but by the time they arrived, the man had disappeared. The police searched the area but were unable to find any evidence of the smiling man's presence. The story of the smiling man quickly went viral and sparked a great deal of interest and speculation. Some people believed that Nate's story was entirely true, while others suggested that it might have been a hoax or a work of fiction. Regardless of the truth, the terrifying case of the smiling man has become a popular urban legend and has even inspired a short film adaptation. The story continues to fascinate and frighten readers and listeners around the world. The story of the smiling man has gained a lot of attention on the internet and has been the subject of many theories and interpretations. Some people believe that the smiling man was a serial killer or a dangerous predator, while others speculate that he might have been a victim of some kind of mental illness or brain injuries. There are also those who believe that the story of the smiling man is entirely fictional and was created to scare people. However, Nate insists that his story is true and has continued to defend its authenticity. Despite the controversy, the story of the smiling man has become a popular legend and has inspired many works of art and literature. The story has also raised awareness about the dangers of walking alone at night and the importance of being aware of your surroundings. Overall, the terrifying case of the smiling man is a chilling tale that has captured the imaginations of many people around the world. Whether true or not, the story serves as a reminder of the darker side of human nature and the need to stay vigilant and aware in our everyday lives. In addition to inspiring works of art and literature, the story of the smiling man has also led to a number of real-world incidents where people have reported seeing a similar figure. Some have claimed to have encountered the smiling man while walking alone at night, while others have reported seeing him in different parts of the world. Despite these reports, there is no concrete evidence that the smiling man actually exists or that he poses a real threat to the public. It's possible that the story of the smiling man is simply a product of the internet age, where viral stories and urban legends can spread quickly and easily across the globe. However, the fact that so many people have been captivated by the story of the smiling man suggests that there is something about it that speaks to our deepest fears and anxieties. Whether it's the idea of a sinister stranger lurking in the shadows or the fear of the unknown, the story of the smiling man has struck a chord with audiences around the world. Ultimately, the story of the terrifying case of the smiling man serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of the internet age and the need to be skeptical of the stories we read and share online. While the story may be scary and entertaining, it's important to remember that not everything we see on the internet is true, and that we should always be cautious and vigilant when it comes to our own safety and security. The popularity of the smiling man has also led to a number of discussions and debates about the nature of fear and how it affects us as individuals and as a society. Some experts believe that stories like the smiling man tap into our primal instincts and trigger our fight or flight response, causing us to feel a sense of fear and anxiety even when we are in a safe environment. Others argue that these kinds of stories serve as a way for us to confront our fears and anxieties in a safe and controlled environment, allowing us to process and overcome them in a healthy way. Regardless of how we choose to interpret the story of the smiling man, it's clear that it has had a profound impact on popular culture and has become a lasting symbol of fear and uncertainty in the digital age. In the end, the story of the smiling man is more than just a creepy tale of a strange encounter. It's a reflection of our deepest fears and anxieties, and a reminder of the importance of staying vigilant and aware in an increasingly complex and unpredictable world. As the story of the Smiling Man continues to captivate audiences around the world, it's clear that it will continue to inspire new works of art and literature, as well as new interpretations and theories about its true meaning and origin. Whether Smiling Man is a real person or simply a figment of our collective imagination, the story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of being aware of our surroundings and the dangers that can lurk in the darkness. In an age where we are more connected than ever before, it's easy to forget the importance of being vigilant and aware of our surroundings. But as the story of the Smiling Man shows, even the most innocent of encounters can quickly turn sinister, and it's up to us to stay alert and protect ourselves from potential danger. In the end, the story of the terrifying case of the Smiling Man is a cautionary tale that reminds us of the dark and unpredictable nature of the world around us. Whether true or not, it's a story that will continue to haunt us and remind us of the importance of staying safe and aware in an ever-changing world. As the story of the Smiling Man continues to evolve and grow in popularity, it's important to remember that not everything we read online is true. While it's natural to be curious and interested in urban legends and creepy stories, it's also important to be critical and skeptical of the information we come across. By being aware of the potential dangers and risks associated with online content, we can better protect ourselves and our loved ones from harm. Whether it's being mindful of the websites we visit, the information we share, or the people we interact with, ultimately the story of the Smiling Man serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling and the enduring appeal of creepy tales and urban legends. Whether we choose to believe in the existence of the Smiling Man or not, the story has captured our imaginations and become a lasting part of popular culture. But in the end, it's up to us to decide how we want to interpret and respond to the story of the terrifying case of the Smiling Man, whether we choose to see it as a warning about the dangers of the world around us or simply as a creepy tale to tell. Ultimately, the impact of the Smiling Man goes beyond just its chilling storyline. It has become a cultural touchstone and a representation of the enduring power of storytelling in our lives. From folklore and urban legends to horror movies and true crime podcasts, stories have the ability to captivate us, scare us, and even change the way we see the world. By tapping into our deepest fears and anxieties, stories like the Smiling Man remind us of the importance of staying vigilant and aware, as even when we feel safe and secure. As we continue to navigate the complex and unpredictable world around us, it's important to remember the lessons of the terrifying case of the Smiling Man. Whether we encounter a real-life version of the Smiling Man or simply hear his story around a campfire, the tale serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of staying alert, being skeptical of information, and staying safe in a world full of unknown dangers. In the end, the story of the Smiling Man is more than just a scary tale. It's a reflection of our deepest fears and anxieties, and a reminder of the importance of staying aware and vigilant in a world full of hidden dangers. By staying mindful and alert, we can better protect ourselves and our loved ones from harm and ensure that we are able to enjoy the stories that make our lives richer and more meaningful. As with all urban legends and folklore, the story of the Smiling Man will continue to evolve and change as it's retold and reimagined by different people in different contexts. Whether it's through fan fiction, art, or even memes, the story will continue to find new ways to captivate and terrify us. However, as the story continues to spread, it's important to remember that it's just that, a story. While it may be based on real-life events, the details have likely been distorted or exaggerated over time. It's important to approach these stories with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking, and to be mindful of the impact they may have on our perceptions of the world around us. At the same time, stories like the Smiling Man serve an important purpose in our lives. They remind us of the power of storytelling and the impact it can have on our emotions and our sense of self. By tapping into our deepest fears and anxieties, stories like this can help us confront and process difficult emotions in a safe and controlled way. In the end, the story of the terrifying case of the Smiling Man is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. Whether it's through scary stories or uplifting tales of heroism and hope, the stories we tell each other have the ability to shape our perceptions of the world and our place within it. As we continue to navigate the complexities of the modern world, it's important to remember the role that stories play in our lives and to use them wisely and with care. Ultimately, what makes stories like the Smiling Man so compelling is their ability to tap into our deepest fears and anxieties. Whether it's a fear of the unknown, a fear of being followed or watched, or simply a fear of the dark, the story of the Smiling Man resonates with us on a primal level. However, it's important to remember that while these stories may be scary, They are ultimately just stories. They are created to entertain, to frighten, and to captivate us, but they are not meant to be taken as absolute truth. By being mindful of the stories we consume and the impact they have on our emotions and perceptions, we can better understand and navigate the complexities of the world around us, whether it's by staying vigilant, being skeptical of information, or simply enjoying a good scare. We can use stories like The Smiling Man to help us confront and process our deepest fears and anxieties. In the end, the story of the Smiling Man is a testament to the power of storytelling in our lives. Whether we encounter it online, around a campfire, or in a horror movie, the tale will continue to captivate and terrify us for generations to come. And as we continue to navigate the complexities of the modern world, it's important to remember the role that stories play in shaping our perceptions and understanding of the world around us. As we continue to tell and consume stories like The Smiling Man, it's important to remember the responsibility that comes with our words and actions. While stories have the power to entertain and frighten us, they also have the power to shape our understanding of the world and the people in it. By being mindful of the stories we tell and the impact they have on others, we can create a world that is more compassionate, understanding, and empathetic. Whether it's by sharing stories of hope and resilience, or by using stories like The Smiling Man to spark conversations about safety and vigilance, we can use the power of storytelling to make a positive impact on the world around us. In the end, the story of The Smiling Man is just one of many stories that will continue to captivate and terrify us for generations to come. Whether we encounter it online, in a book, or in our own imaginations, the tale will continue to shape our understanding of the world and the people in it. As we continue to navigate the complexities of the modern world, it's important to remember the lessons of The Smiling Man and other stories like it. By staying aware and vigilant, being skeptical of information, and using the power of storytelling wisely and with care, we can create a world that is safer, more understanding, and more empathetic for all.